got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Dig this and dig it deep.
You now on that wavelength, time to sign in. Dub Floyd and hip-hop marvels will chime in on topics of comics, brought to expand the hip-hop connect with the gauntlet in hand. They got it locked in, they floss in the brand. The block to the comic shop, they cross and examine. Representation's spamming and moved on the shelf, and the system is happy with the movement is dealt. We don't wait for the sick to improve on the health, so we pull a Thanos, fine, I'll do it myself. And it'll come out extra clean, fresh for the fans like an extended scene. With the hip-hop and comic dimension, they activate you with gems they presentin'. Hand in the gauntlet, yes, we gon' flaunt it. Hip-hop marvels will bring you the rawness, the rawness, the rawness.
So Perry, what you gonna do? You gonna roll through with us and like just minor sport?
I'm gonna sit in for a little while.
I mean, I thought we was getting spoiler heavy. Like
it'll be all right. Yeah. You know, it's cool.
I don't care.
Santiago.
I'm still gonna watch, so it don't matter, you know.
Perry, you know how to push the buy button, don't you?
Right. He knows. Santiago, what's good, bro?
Baby, what's going on?
You know what it is, man. About to dive in on this epic movie that everybody here except Perry saw. Perry tripping. Yeah, he's going
till Christmas.
Christmas.
Perry, look, this grown folk business. You better get the hell on out of here.
Grown folks talking here.
I just want to say before anybody say anything else, this is the first time I've been to a movie in a long time where I was sitting on the edge of my seat. Like I became aware of my surroundings. I'm like, why the fuck am I sitting up like this?
Right. I'm telling you.
I'm like, I paid $20-something for these tickets. Let me sit back and relax.
Right.
Like right. I was in a wood chair.
Did you clap? Exactly. Was you clapping? Was you clapping? I caught myself clapping.
I was clapping. I was screaming. Like, yeah, it was definitely a ride, man. It was a roller coaster ride, for real. I ain't even gonna front.
I hollered out, and it wasn't a lot of people in my theater, so I was in there be like, oh, and it was all good.
So you was in that bitch being black, all the blacks.
I know, saying being mad niggerish, be mad.
I'm happy. I'm so hyped for that. I'm glad you got to be your whole ass black ass self in public.
Son was mad niggerish.
Quinn, you here? You in the building, Quinn? What's up?
Yo, yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You let me confirm this. You have seen the movie, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we have to confirm that. Okay, we have to confirm that.
Shit.
Yeah, you hear you know what you're getting because we're spoiling the shit out of this movie.
You saw the smoke. You saw the smoke in the hallway, so you know what's inside of the room.
Right, you know what's inside of the room. Yep, you saw the smoke. People under the door. You smelt it before you walked up. You know what I'm saying?
Look, don't worry, I came here ready. I'm ready to match. All right, we good.
Okay, that's what's up. What's up? And Los, what's good? Can he hear?
I don't know. He might have to check his microphone.
Right.
Wait a second. Oh, there we go. Yep. All right. You want to get started? And if like I said, I'm over here. I can manage.
Yeah, we can get started. If anybody else, it's like I said, it's open forum. Anybody else wants to chime in, they can chime in. And then we'll be fair and give everybody their talking points. And feel free to chime in any given time. First, it wouldn't be right if we didn't introduce ourselves. So I guess the order I'm looking at on the screen, I guess, Candy, you could start. I know you like. Hey,
y'all, I'm Candy. I like all of this. I I like all these kind of things all the damn time. I have a tendency to dive deeply and find out all the fun details and look for people to share them with. So thank you for coming to play with me.
That's
With the
what's up.
purple you.
Oh, she got that Hawkeye thing going. I see already. Y'all know me. I'm Dub Floyd. Host, creative Hip Hop Marvels, the movement and the podcast, and I'm ready to talk about this epic ass movie, man. Let's go. Cash, you better pick it up, Cash.
your order ain't like my voice. You gotta.
Oh, your order ain't. Oh, okay. So who?
Yeah, the order's different.
Oh well, Cash. I see you next. You're next to me.
What's up, everyone?
Right.
So long time no see, but I'm here to discuss the movie. I enjoyed it. Got my thoughts. Y'all know I think for myself. So. Which I told you is great because I mean we don't want everybody agreeing. If there's some conflicting points, then that's great. It makes for a great conversation and a great debate. And, so son, it's on you, bro.
It's your boy Big Son at the end of the month. Them boys better have my check.
Have my check.
Come with 10 folk. Let's really go on down. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to talk about Spider-Man.
Let's go. Spider-Man. Let's go.
Spider-Man.
Perry, it's on you.
Up? What's up? C. Perry the second of Straight to Tape. But yeah, I'm the one that hasn't seen the movie. I don't give a fuck about spoilers, but I at least wanted to stick my head in here and say what's up to my people. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Quinn, it's on you, buddy.
All right, Dub know who it is. And for those who don't know who it is, it's your boy coming through the other portal. From the podcast verse, it is your boy Quinn from the podcast Villains and Vinyl, which we are coming back. Funny how we ended up on the last Spider-Man movie, and we took a little break this year, and now we're coming back on this one. So I had to be here for this.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And Los, last but not least, it's on you.
What up, y'all? My name is Carlos. Everybody call me Los. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a nerd, just trying to chime in and kick it with y'all for a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, so we all seen the movie. I don't want to really give a super in-depth synopsis. I was going to, but we all seen the movie. I basically want to know, it's certain points in the movie that stood out to me, and I'm sure they stood out to y'all. That I want to touch on. So, and disclaimer, this could go, all over the place, but we're going to try to keep it as orderly as possible. So, I guess we'll start off with, we know all the actors, in this film. Who do you guys think had the breakout performance? We'll start there before we actually dive in, because I think that was a key thing, because especially now, today, all the news I've been hearing about a certain person, a petition going around, to get another movie, as part of his franchise. So, who do you guys think had the breakout performance?
Well, I'm gonna let some ladies first. Ladies.
Okay, yeah. Cash.
I'll go first.
I do. I think Tom Holland's performance was excellent. Of course, he's been in the franchise a few movies now, but he really pulled out some. I think he pulled out some great acting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
Tom. Okay.
Yeah, Tom. He did great.
Candy, what about you?
I ain't good at favorites, y'all. I ain't good at in that way. I like all the shits and all the shit. I liked all the fucking villains. I liked it. You can't make me choose. And I watched it. I done watched it and rewatched it a few times. And already. So, and I still don't know the answer to that question. And I don't feel required to. I like
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like Ned throwing up gang signs was epic. Like,
yo,
I'm sorry, I can't make choices here, so I'm going to wait and hear. I'm going to sit back and let y'all talk about it.
I will say this. This movie did have they had a lot of breakouts in certain points. For me, if I had to choose, I know a lot of people are saying Andrew Garfield. Me, Willem Dafoe for me.
My dog.
Okay.
Willem Dafoe, because I'm gonna just keep it a buck. If you're as nostalgic as I am, you realize back when we saw the first Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire fuck, let's not even count that. 1 and 2. Well, 1 basically.
It's my turn to talk.
Right. We've seen what type of villain he is, and to see like him pick up like and never miss a beat and pick up where he left off was crazy. And the fact that he was able to change from one dynamic to the next so quick, it threw me off. I'm like, what? Like in the middle of the movie, I'm just like, what the hell? And that change caused that second half to go the way it went. So it was just like a snowball effect from that point on. So yeah, if I had to choose, it would definitely be Willem Dafoe. But like, you know, like Candy said, there were like many standouts. I mean, Ned did his thing. MJ was on point.
Even Marissa in her fucking death scene, nigga. That shit.
Right.
I just need to catch my breath.
Right.
Okay, how we gonna forget about
Doc Ock?
About Hannibal Perez though? Like,
yeah.
She's a
Facts.
murderer.
Mysterio
Facts.
was right.
Right. Facts.
He's a murderer.
Son, who you think? Son, who you think? You know, who stood out to you?
Look, man. I'm siding with the villains at all costs because you know it is what it is. But look, Green Goblin was the guy for me, man.
Yes.
Like Willem Dafoe's, he gave me so much more Goblin than I got last time.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I rewatched every Spider-Man before I went to go see No Way Home. Spider-Man ain't won no fight against the Green Goblin yet. He whooped his ass.
Oh, in this movie? What?
Part 1.
What?
That's that modern day. Yep.
Green Goblin killed himself being silly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man didn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man just outwitted him. He whooped that motherfucker's ass. He whooped that motherfucker's ass flow to flow.
Right. Flow to flow. Yep.
From the window to the wall.
To the walls, right. Seriously.
He whooped his ass, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just the big revelation, because you know what I'm saying, like, boom, Jamie Foxx was talking all that shit, all that self-doubt shit. And then when they gave you that Spike Lee cut,
yeah,
Spidey, and he's like going,
mm-hmm.
he's looking, boom, it's been you the whole time. And that was so much for me. And he was like, you're right. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to it. That shit was awesome.
Let's get to it. Yeah. The way that whole dynamic just changed so fast, man. It was just like, what? So Quinn, who was a breakout to you, if you even have one?
All right, so I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and I love all of them for different reasons. But for me, because it was at the right time when I watched it, seeing my boy Andrew back, because it was after the whole Toby thing, and it was like, all right, I can't accept new Spider-Man. Watched Amazing. Was like, all right, this is my dude right here. But hands down, I will agree, Willem Dafoe, he held it down in that one, like for sure. And I will say the best scene, like just mentioned, was that scene where you could see, looking back on it now, you can tell he was sizing up everybody in the room to figure out who he could convince to side with him.
True.
Because after Doc Ock got cured, he was just like, all right, well, that only leaves, your boy over here who isn't quite sure he wants to give this up, and then the other two.
Right.
All right, word. I got him.
Right. Los, what about you?
Yeah, I gotta go with I go with something different, man. I gotta say Doctor Strange. We saw a little role from Doctor Strange we ain't really seen before. He was real understanding with Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? Kind of the opposite of what we saw in his movies where he's real stiff and real, you know, just a little different perspective, you know what I mean?
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong on your name. Is it Odulana?
Yo, yeah, that's right. You got it. Odulana.
Okay, got you. So we're discussing who, you know, who had the, you know, breakout performance. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, y'all really rounded in with everybody. I would still have to stick with William Dafoe because of that code switch, man. It was
something serious.
Yeah, like you really, by the end of it, it was like, we'll never be able to really tell where he begins and, you know, like the Green Goblin ends. Like, it's one and the same now. And that fight scene that you mentioned was it for me. It was like, I didn't know the Green Goblin had it like that.
Yo,
that 4-4 body slam was the case.
Brent.
Bro.
I was like, how did we get here?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you
real quick.
Straight spear through 4 floors, like 2-step spear, drop.
I'm gonna tell you what did it for me. When Peter kept punching him in the fucking face and he just kept smiling and laughing, nigga. I was like, whoa.
Let me chime in real quick. What made it dope was real talk. The only stipulation he had for coming back to do this was he was like, y'all gotta let me do my own fights and stunts. And you believe that watching those scenes. He was like, I want to scrap with Spider-Man. I want to scrap with all 3 of them.
He said, I got some shit to get out of me, yo. I got some shit to get out.
Yeah, he really wanted to fight him. Like, yeah. Brandess in the building. Another one of the Squadron Supreme. What's good, Brandess?
What's up, party people? Can you hear me, man?
Tico, what's going on?
What's going on, man? I'm sorry, I had a little technical difficulty going on over here. You know how it is. Illuminati and all that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Brandess, I think she might be fixing her audio. We'll go since you jumped in real quick, Tico. We're talking about the who had the breakout performance to you.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah.
Man.
Now, I will say, before you answer, we've gotten a lot of Green Goblins. We gotten a lot of Green Goblins, and we got one Peter Parker, Tom Holland. So, and then we got a Doctor Strange, and then we got a everybody. So,
everybody. Well, in all actuality, man, it's MJ.
Interesting take. Expound.
I say MJ, you know, if you look at the movies, the first go round, she really didn't say anything. She was just quick witted. You know what I'm saying? She had some one-liners. You know what I'm saying? And then on the second one, you know, she had some more. She was witty with it, and still, you know, just a real recluse. And this one right here, you get to see, you know what I'm saying, you know, how she really felt for Peter. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a playful type thing in the last 2 movies. You can see the progression of, you know what I'm saying, the relationship. And so, yeah, I would say MJ because, you know, at the end, you know, ain't even gonna front, you know what I'm saying? It might be my old age, or it just might have been the air conditioner inside, you know what I'm saying? The movie theater I was in, I got my eye a little watery a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When he walked in, we could talk about it, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, is this a spoiler heavy? The only person in the room is Perry. He's the only person that hadn't seen the movie. So
and he knows what it is. It's too late.
But he know what it is. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
everybody else in the room is smoking, but he said he's not going to partake, but he'll just chill. He'll still hang out.
That's what it was good. Pass that shit to me. Look, so when at the very end, when he walked in and MJ had on, like, you know what I'm saying, he was talking to MJ and he wanted to holler at her, but he was like ordered coffee. You know what I mean? If you notice, like, she had on that pendant that he had got her in Paris when it was overseas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like,
they gotta explain how that happened.
Right. And so Happy can. So it's amazing. So in this world, everybody that knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man don't know. So that's heroes and everybody.
Right. Definitely, most definitely.
That's crazy, man.
I saw this question online though, saying, like, do y'all let me know if y'all feel the same. The spell was everybody in the world doesn't know this.
I know where you're going with this, because I've heard the same theory, bro. I heard the same theory.
What about old Nicholas Fury?
That's in space.
What about everybody else's off world? You know, saying, like Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Anybody saying real close interactions with the old boy? They know.
And that's why we gonna and that's how we gonna fuck with Space Heavy this round, huh?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Space.
Yep.
Yeah, but y'all forgetting about.
What's crazy though, I think we're also gonna fuck with street level shit heavy too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because y'all forgetting about the fact that the Vulture probably sitting in prison, like, bro, how I get here?
Yo, dog.
He said, "How I get here?"
Yo, dog. Y'all got a question.
Okay.
All right. So, and it's funny that you mentioned street heavy, right?
Right.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, I'm a person that don't care about spoilers. So of course I've been reading a lot here. Okay. Matt Murdock showed up, right?
Right.
Okay. Boom, pop brick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. My main thing, my main reason for seeing the movie was really, to be honest with you, because I wanted to make sure that Matt Murdock was. That's the one thing I want to see. I want to see Matt Murdock, okay, finally make his debut in the Marvel universe.
Yes, and he did.
He landed smooth in 10
He landed
10 minutes. Smooth
for real.
10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
No announcement, no build up.
No, nothing. He just the scene changed and he was boom right there.
You
know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
If that's the case, I find that beautiful, especially when we come to learn that Hawkeye takes place after No Way Home.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
During that whole thing. So you might.
Well, kind of during the end of No Way Home, I would say. During the end, because it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Remember,
and it's gonna go through did they show going through the what is it, Rockefeller Center?
Yeah.
And ain't that where the last scene takes, that fight last fight scene's gonna take place?
Yeah.
I think you might see the clip. You might see a clip of him swing through. I think so.
Yeah.
But that's tomorrow's
that.
episode. And in episode 5, you already had Helena mention, the statue of the new improved
Statue of Liberty with the shield. Yes, exactly.
Still, right?
Exactly.
Some crazy things popping off, man. Some
crazy. Real quick. When the Netflix Marvel shows were being canceled or whatever the devil, there was an article that said that Daredevil, Wilson Fisk, and Punisher were going to the real MCU. But don't nobody remember that shit but me.
No, we all remember.
I remember.
Anybody else have said that shit too?
But it kind of got swept under the rug, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of got swept under the rug because I remember it.
Because we had to wait.
I'd imagine.
I think the talks fizzled out when Iron Fist popped off on the scene. You know what I mean? Because Iron Fist was like one of the lowest, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't list Iron Fist in that list.
No, it was because remember they had to wait. You know, there's a time period, there's a time lapse that has to occur. So people aren't always interested long enough to remember those kind of components, right? So I think the conversation died down just because they had a waiting period. After the show gets canceled, they have a certain time period. I think it was 2 years.
Yeah,
where they have to wait before they can jump. So they had to stop.
We don't have to experience any more origin stories for these people. We don't have to. We already have Daredevil origin stories.
They're not gonna do that.
We already have Punisher. We don't need no more origin stories. So. These people are gonna show up in the MCU already fully formed. And that's exciting.
But look, check this out, and that's dope. You mentioned something about origin story, son, because like this movie as a whole, it's crazy. Because all right, I'm gonna take y'all back to when they cut Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man run short, right? And he was kind of upset. He had the second film, and they stopped it there, and he was kind of upset. So then here comes Civil War, and before that. They're like, hey, we got a new Peter Parker. It's Tom Holland. Whoop-de-woo, right? So he was in Civil War. So then they said, oh, we're going to do a standalone, Marvel Studios film with Tom Holland. What was everybody's gripe? Oh, no, we don't want no origin story. No origin story. No, just come up with a different story. Right. But I'm going to tell you how dope Marvel is. We got what we wanted. But then again, this last movie is an origin story. They did it all in reverse. Yeah. They reversed it. What's crazy is this movie is Tom Holland's origin story, and you could say it's a third movie for Andrew Garfield as well.
Right.
And
a fourth movie for Tobey Maguire. So it's crazy. Like
Garfield really stood out. You know what I'm saying? Like I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the exception, no exception. I enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed them too. But
I'm not a movie critic. I'm not a person with a blog or anything like that. I'm a rapper. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything's meant to be entertaining, I probably was entertained by it. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought was Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker than he was a Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man than he was. Than it was a Peter Parker.
It's the Batman.
He looks like he's in high school. It's more just appealing.
Yeah. I think he speaks to like the modern. Hold on. And I think that Tom Holland speaks to like the more like a modern day kid. Too, but he's a man now, so let's call him a man. Because
those first two movies were Spider Boy movies.
But you know what I'm saying? But he's a man. He's a man like that. That's comfortable with getting help from his friends. He ain't doing all this shit by himself. He taught these other niggas how to come through and like work together because they had never done that before. It was like, y'all, we fucking up. Yeah, we fucking up. This ain't.
Yeah, he was a Spider Boy. That's why. That's why I said this movie was his origin story. That now he's Spider-Man because I mean, let's face it, he had everything.
Plus the blue suit.
Yeah. The classic suit. Right.
Sony suit.
Tom Holland's Uncle Ben. We don't know what the hell happened to that nigga.
I was.
All we know is he got some luggage with his initials on. Hold on. That's all we know about that nigga.
Happy was almost his Uncle Ben.
So we've entered a point because we've now had this many different Spider-Men, okay, that we can do the Batman comparison. Okay, you feel me?
Because that's that's the thing.
Yeah, where who was the better Batman? Who was the better Bruce Wayne? Because I was always one of those before Christian Bale came through and smashed everything. Okay, I was one of those weirdos, who thought George Clooney's Bruce Wayne knocked everybody's Bruce Wayne.
Oh no!
Batman.
Yeah, was terrible. But his Bruce Wayne was off the chain.
Wait a minute, he said Bruce Wayne or you said George Clooney was a better Batman?
No,
Bruce Wayne.
He was a better Bruce Wayne.
Oh, okay.
He was a terrible. He was a terrible.
Perry, don't you fuck up our good Spider-Man conversation with this shit.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
It is, but you know the rabbit hole that I speak of.
All right. I'm gonna turn the car back around.
Right. Yeah, let's start. That was a good take, though, Perry. No, I know where he's going with it, though. It was a good take, though.
Here's a good thing that I peeped online. Somebody was explaining that like the 3 Spider-Man, how they each pertain to like being like an adult. Like Toby's was just finishing high school. He was at that point where you getting ready to go to college, and by the second movie, he had a job. He was trying to pay rent. He was trying to take care of his aunt. And then, shit happened. Like Andrews was that, you're in that point of where you're trying to figure stuff out with your life, balance out all your other shit.
Yeah, he just graduated high school.
Yeah, and then graduated. And then with Tom's, it was we got to see the beginning, where he's in high school, he's trying to do what he can with his powers.
In Civil War.
And
you know what? I really didn't look at it like that, though. It's 3 stages of 3 stages of Spider-Man. Really?
He was in the 10th grade in Civil War.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is bugged out.
I can't imagine my oldest boy out here fighting crime.
It's really bugged out. It's really bugged out that he was about to take the Goblin out the same way that Captain America was about to take, Iron Man out with the shield. Same way that, the shield was always used even
but
in
you saw them fighting on the shield?
Yeah.
But you saw them fighting
and they were fighting on the shield.
Yeah.
And he was about to use the shield just like Winter Soldier, just like like Winter Soldier, like Agent, whatever his name
is. That's a dope ass observation though, man. And like shout out to the writers Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. Them motherfuckers wrote the fuck out of this movie. What's crazy is they come from American Dad. Like these motherfuckers write episodes for American Dad and shit. Like,
still comic book heads, man.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It takes those type of people that like, it takes nerds, geeks and shit.
Right. Can we just give it up to the old school villains came back and didn't disappoint? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
it wasn't like cheesy. I just wish that they had did Jamie Foxx's character like they did this character from the jump. I didn't like the whole
exactly
that was going on. I didn't like that part of it.
This goes back to what Sant was saying when he said he really didn't have any gripes with the Amazing Spider-Man movies. That was one of my gripes. I did not like a blue fucking Electro. I couldn't wrap my brain around it. Like, especially, I'm like, where's the green and the yellow? Like, but you know what I mean? If anything, but they did it justice this time, and it was just like a breath of fresh air. But
they did it.
They did it good. Can we talk about the people that we saw when he's like, I can't hold all of them back? He saw those silhouettes of motherfuckers in the sky.
In a minute, Sam.
Yeah. We'll get there. Tico was on the right track because that's where I was going next. I was going to the villains next. I wanted to talk. Get into the villains. I know we mentioned. Like there was a lot of Willem Dafoe mentions and whatnot for Green Goblin, but let's talk about some of these other villains which played major roles in this movie. For one, let's talk about Dr. Otto Octavius, which to me, he really wasn't a villain in this movie. Like this motherfucker, like he really
15 minutes.
Yeah, he was a villain for exactly. He was a villain for maybe 15 minutes, and that's it. I mean, am I mistaken? Did he not try to help at the end? Like he tried to help at the end, did he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Was
tried.
he really a villain though? But what
Yeah,
I mean, even in that movie,
would have poured a takeout.
even in the original movie, was he really a villain?
Exactly.
No, because
No.
they picked up from the second movie.
He was driven by his passion to get this power. He was
Exactly.
driven by, you know what I'm saying, helping the world where he thought was helping the world.
Pretty much Iron Man, the Iron Man story, pretty much.
Same as Thanos, same as Iron Man, same
Yeah,
as everybody.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
If you look at it, Tony Stark's is really a fucking evil fucking genius. If you look at how many people
Well, he's responsible for all of the Marvel stuff now. So
yeah, man. Crazy.
Right.
Did
Doc
Doc
Ock
did
also
Doc
had
try-
that.
Did Doc Ock try to Mac Aunt May?
Oh,
That's always been my problem with the Doc Ock character on screen. Okay,
but that was the case in the comics too, though. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that the case in the comics?
in the
Doc
comics,
Ock was
he
Spider-Man
always
for a
wanted to
while.
Mac Aunt May. He always macked Aunt May in the comics.
Right.
it all started when like he was over at Peter's crib chilling and he asked for that chicken. That's all it was.
Oh, Dulana, you was getting ready to make a point. What were you gonna?
Yeah, Doc Ock. The interesting thing about that one in this episode, or the way they put it together with the movie, was just how tormented he was by the AI that he was connected to. And so the relationship between him as a villain really wasn't him. It was always the tentacles.
Right.
And how the tentacles were like, you know, like that evil voice inside of him, like, nah, these motherfuckers ain't fucking with you. Like,
right.
Against you. And it wasn't until he had the peace and quiet in his head that he got a chance to like think for himself.
Yeah.
Right.
So that whole scene where, you know, he took a piece of the suit and that shit took over the tentacles and it was like, no, we got you now. Like, you do what we tell you to do.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
Yo.
Like, just
That's that Wakanda shit, son.
Yeah.
Yo, everybody talks about Tony, how Tony be, you know what I'm saying, on that next level shit. Don't
Ain't
get
nothing
it
fucking with vibranium.
You don't get it.
Nah, they ain't fucking with that.
You know,
They ain't fucking with
fucking with vibranium.
Everybody
Baby.
thought on end games. Everybody thought on end games when he started walking, his suit started materializing on that nanotechnology. That, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Tony does what Tony does. Tony stole that shit from Wakanda. That's that Black Panther shit, boy.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, in Infinity War, it wasn't Tony that was working on Vision. It was Shuri.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
like, you know, let's just face facts here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
stealing from the black man, because Captain America's shield made of vibranium. Howard built
vibranium.
Exactly. So another villain, and we'll talk about him briefly because I mean, we could talk about the Lizard. I mean, last time we saw him, it was in Amazing Spider-Man.
They dragged him in this movie.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
And what was your thing? You tried to turn everybody into lizards?
Right.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be the running theme throughout the movie. It's like, hey, you try to turn people into lizards, bro. Like, you know, but I guess he was siding with Green Goblin at that point, because he still had his plot in his mind that he wanted to, he wanted to kind of, he did want to turn everybody. He still wanted to turn everybody into goddamn lizards. So
he was like, I can hook you up if you need it. I still got that work. You heard him? He was like, I still got that work if you need it.
Yeah, you need it. You want to be a lizard? Like, bro, you want to be a lizard? I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Because what they did, what I really like what they did with all of them is they had that little element of, there was a part of them that wasn't per se like, who they really are. Like with the lizard, there was that whole thing where he just wanted to, find a way to regrow his arm and everything and possibly help people do the same if they lost limbs, and with Doc Ock, he wanted to provide the energy, but it was just that darker half that eventually took over, same with Electro. Electro just wanted to be that dude.
Right. It's a similar arc with like all of the Marvel villains. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Thanos had, some logic, to a degree, but Morbius, it's still that darker side, still that darker.
The same way.
Morbius, Yep, Morbius he'll be the same way. It's that that's what makes Marvel villains to me so unique. They have that human aspect to them that that you can relate with. There's something about one of those villains that something about him that you can relate.
Can't forget Magneto.
Relate to. And definitely him. Definitely him, especially us being all melanated. Definitely him. Facts. But that's another rabbit hole right there. So let's do it. But Wizzard. I could have done without him in that movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was just filler to me. But Electro on the other hand, he kind of came through and provided some comic relief, which was pretty dope.
You ain't he's like you ain't. Yeah, I like Electro's dialogue. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Courtney.
Yeah. But that stuff with I love that little bit where he finally got a chance to see his Spider-Man. He was like, yeah, man, real talk. With the way he was
thought she was gonna be a brother.
I was expecting to be black. Man.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be black. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But that was nice because then it led us toward that whole. There's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere out there. And you're like, because the door is still motherfucking open, y'all. The door is open.
That was so dope. That was a dope. If that wasn't the alley-oop, I don't know what was. And they better take that motherfucker and slam the hell out of that motherfucker. That's all I do.
Miles in. No reason not to bring Miles in.
Because you remember Miles was brought up when Spider-Man caught his uncle.
Yeah, right.
He was like, yeah, Miles, I'm gonna be a little late. I got tied up. And you remember when the snap happened, we don't know if Miles got snapped, but time did go forward. 5 years plus the time we're at now. He should.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even dwell on that one. That is a good point right there. Yeah, time, because let's face it, that snap, that's 5 years, automatically. We seen it firsthand, not to go off the rail a bit, but we seen it firsthand that last episode of Hawkeye, man. She came out the bathroom 5 minutes. It seemed like 5 minutes, but 5 years has passed.
That was an amazing fucking scene, yo.
Yes.
I ain't gonna rabbit hole it. You need to acknowledge how awesome and how creative that shit was.
That shit was dope.
Sitting with the fucking water started going, the paint color changed, the water started going through her hands. So you got to almost experience it with her, where you was like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah.
Right.
This stuff is melding together so nicely.
Because they drove it home a lot better, especially because WandaVision did it too when Monica came back. And then
that was really weird because Monica just popped up. But this scene right here, I'm with you, Candy, because it showed you re-emerging. Your molecules coming right back. That shit was crazy. That shit was a crazy ass scene.
Right. But Jamie Foxx, he definitely came through and added some comic relief. The point where he was like, y'all just gonna stand there and look at me while I'm butt naked and shit.
Nobody gonna get that,
y'all ain't gonna tell me shit. Y'all, I'm just saying ass naked. Y'all just go, we just have explaining to each other some dialogue and shit. But yeah, he says
you ain't even the shit no more.
But yeah, I do like that though, because it is like a family reunion of sorts. Especially towards the end, between, not even just between the the Peter Parkers, the Spider-Man, but between them and their respective villains. Like you said, Electro ran into Andrew Garfield, was like, they had their dialogue, and then you see Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire, they're exchanging dialogue. It's like,
But all this changes the timeline, though, right?
Oh no, Doctor Strange.
All this changes the timeline. So what happens? I've been seeing pictures of Gwen's, Spider Gwen. You know what I'm saying? She pops up on the scene. If they do another, Amazing Spider-Man, You know what I'm saying? They could do another Toby joint where he could be the spectacular Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got these, you know what I'm saying, these arches. But yeah, the whole timeline, everything has changed. And if we're not, and don't get it twisted, because you got to go into Loki on this note too. If you remember the timeline, the colors of the timeline is sort of like the colors in the back of Candy's hue that she got going on the background. So even when Doc Strange and everything with everything was cracking through, it was that same hue, is that same color. You know what I'm saying? Of the breaking of time and space and continuous.
Those little three cookies, the little three cookies that Jonathan Major had. Them little three cookies that Jonathan Major had.
Right.
You feel me? So I mean, it's crazy, man. It's a bugged out thing, you know. And man, it goes so many ways, man. It goes so many ways, and I'm so down with this whole Young Avengers thing about to pop off. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, Spider-Man, yo, kudos, great. Yo, I put it up there with Gone with the Wind. Shit, I said it. Shit.
It was though. Like there was like.
He said Gone with the
Wind. After we got after we got all three Peters.
No, that's funny.
After we got all three Peters, I paused. I did it. So after we got them, right?
Lord have mercy.
I am a grown up. Okay. After all of them came into the spaces, right?
Came into the spaces. Wait a minute.
Baby, so they was like, ain't nothing I can say. Ain't nothing I can do, but we here. We just here. All right. Not shit. So like when we had all the smart guys and we had them all in one room and they were working on a project, like, oh, that's right. All these motherfuckers is geniuses, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like there are places where it just kept hitting me in my chest heart. Like right there, then the motherfuckers when all their asses like they jump down and super like superhero pose at the same time. I could not contain my happiness. I could not contain my fucking joy. And then that trio hug shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that they gave them all like, you know, all these distinctive like each one of them had a distinctive personality, especially when they were all like kind of meeting for the first time
and like questioning each other like about certain traits that they have. And it's like, oh, how do you do that? You shoot them out of you. Well, does it come out of does it come out of anywhere else? That was hilarious. I said
I love that little bit though. He's the only Spider-Man I can remember for a while that like it actually came out of his own body, that there weren't cartridges involved.
Right.
So I'm glad they called it out, because it was like when it initially started, I was like, oh, so we just gonna act like that's normal. Like
that's normal, yeah, exactly.
He's never had
right.
Yeah, but I did love that whole little bit of where like they were all kind of talking, and then Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was like, "Yeah, all right, so everybody got their suits. You ain't gonna go into battle looking like a little like
youth pastor.
A youth pastor. Yo, yeah, it was definitely some comedic. You know, they hit it on the nail with the comedy in this.
Let me ask you a question. For the Amazing Spider-Man, did that Green Goblin die?
No, he's still locked up in Ravenholm.
Yeah,
like Ravenholm, like the institution that's in Venom.
See, I'm on some shit like, why wouldn't he be? I'm on some shit like, why he might be the missing link? He might be a hobgoblin. Who knows? I don't know. I'm throwing shit out there. Maybe Marvel listening. You know what I'm saying? I like shit.
I saw something today that suggested that Ned is going to be the Hobgoblin. The next
yeah. I seen that too. What's crazy?
How is that possible? How would they tie that in?
Well, it could tie into like a bunch of things. Like they've literally
he don't know Peter now. He don't know Peter no more like that. He just knows Spider-Man. He just might be on hating on Spider-Man for some strange reason.
Because they even hinted too that, like, you know, Ned,
I think honestly he's gonna fall for MJ. You know what I'm saying? I think Ned is gonna, you know, fall for MJ, and then here comes Peter coming along. You know, he comes along to try to convince MJ that like they once were a thing, and that's where that, you know what I'm saying, that jealousy.
The Osborne arch.
Exactly. I've been hearing that, and then I also been hearing about the whole. I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Flash Thompson Venom thing, right? That stemmed from that stemmed from the you know, the end credit scene, or the post credit scene.
Now that would be dope. That would be dope.
Because
the Flash Thompson Venom, that would be
right.
dope.
Right, because you know, you saw at the end of that post credit scene that little, you know, glob of symbiote, you know, was left behind. But it's in this universe now. It's in this universe. They sent Venom back to the Sony universe.
Flash going to Mexico and going to Mexico on spring break his freshman year of college and shit, wilding out from MIT.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's before the symbiote attaches on the different hosts and kills them off before it gets to him. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody survives that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody survives that shit. So like that's a, you know, a setup for art. That's a setup right there.
They knew what they were doing because it just like what was mentioned earlier. You know, all the multiverse is just kind of all over the place now. Like, even with sending them back to their timeline in itself in that universe creates another branch. Like sending Doc Ock back to that point where he was. Because remember, he still technically dies. Because if he went back, you know, it was right at the end of Spider-Man, like 2, right where he drowned in the Hudson.
Right.
You know, Electro goes back to that point, and, you know, where he might be alive, who knows? But all of them go back to their places, but in newer timelines. So that means we can continue these stories from that point on, and they just keep branching off. Because hell, it goes back to like Doctor Strange for this phase being responsible for breaking the multiverse. Do you remember he messed around with the Time Stone? Then he helped like later on by telling them, "Hey, look, we need this in order to bring everybody back." Which the Ancient One was like, "Nah, you don't need to be messing around with that. Shit's gonna get fucked up if you keep messing with the Time Stone." So I feel like, now instead of Tony, it's Doctor Strange that everybody's like, bro, you fucked it all up. Because they showed
I mean, he seemed a little off to me in that movie anyway. Like Doctor Strange seemed, I don't know. I just his whole aura, man. He just seemed I mean, we haven't mentioned him yet, really. We can talk about Strange.
Yeah, he ain't really been right since he went through all those different variables and figured out the one in Endgame. Like, he ain't been right since.
Right.
You gotta understand, like, once you see all of that, it's gonna have an impact on you. And he's trying to do what he's supposed to do, especially with the magic that he carries. You know, like, you got to be in a certain head and heart connection to be a magician in that way. So
right. That's why, which is why,
like, he's going through some shit. Probably we just don't understand it.
Which is why Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
because in that trailer, they showed evil Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
they showed evil Doctor Strange from the What If, like when he decided, all right, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and get all this power and corrupt him. So that's going to appear in the next movie.
Right, and then you see him in the post-credit scenes because of these damn Disney Plus series. I'll be looking at colors all the fucking time now, right? So I'm always looking at tints for colors. I seen the red when Maya was outside of the fight when Ronan was fighting, and I was like, these niggas, right? Like,
all types of shit.
Chaos magic,
red and black widows, like, oh, for real. And then like it looked like a tinge of green. It looked a tinge of green in that post-credit scene with Doctor Strange. I'm just saying, I ain't seen the post-credit scene again. But damn it, I think I felt like I seen some green.
There was this scene on that post-credit scene where you could see it, but you just gotta, these cats, man, I forgot the name of the dude, but if you follow him, like, he clicks it like one click at a time, and you just get to see it. You just got to watch it. And there was a part when, when Doc Strange, whenever he falls into another universe, you see multiple Doctor Stranges, you know what I'm saying, going through whatever he's going through. I happened to see Ponytail Doctor Strange. You remember Ponytail Doctor Strange? You remember
Ponytail Doctor Strange?
Ponytail Dr. Strange? He didn't have the cape. He wore the all black. He was that dude, yo.
He was badass.
He was badass. He was that dude. I saw that dude flop through. Yo, I'm telling you, this whole multi-universe thing.
Oh, shit about to get real though. Shit about to get really real.
Yeah, we all think that Doctor Strange is going to take it to the next level, but Doctor Strange is not going to be the one to take it to the next level. It's going to be Ant-Man. When you get when you get down to Ant-Man, I'm telling you, this whole universe. I just hope that I can live to be here long enough to see it.
yeah, for sure.
That's
me, man. I'm like, damn, let me make sure I got my health in check. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Go get my checkup.
Look, motherfucker, start drinking your green juice. If your motivation to drink your damn green juice is to watch all this Marvel shit, damn it, do that shit. Like that is a great reason. Yup. Oh yeah, it's gonna be wonderful. I'm very
Marvel probably like, how we gonna come up with a cure to keep everybody alive?
Right. I mean, ironically, I don't want to drop off like a fly just, so I can't see Ant-Man, you know what I mean? Like,
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Dub, I'm trying to be healthy and stick around for X-Men, okay? So
exactly.
You gotta be healthy, bro.
And to see them recast T'Challa.
Yeah.
See, stop it. Today is not today.
All right.
That's a whole other thing.
So you saw
they gotta do it.
So you saw the new comic of the Young Avengers. Everybody's pretty much in there. They have instead of a Black Panther, they have the White Tiger. You know what I'm talking about?
White Tiger.
Yeah, the character that what's the name played for a little bit. Bucky was the White Tiger for a little bit.
Okay.
Because in the comics joint, that was T'Challa.
White Wolf. He was the White Wolf. White Wolf.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The White Wolf. I'm sorry, the White Wolf. You know what I'm saying? White Tiger, White Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Crackers.
He white. Don't bladder the animal. It's the color.
It was a master kung fu character. Remember?
Right. Exactly. Master of all karate, kung fu. So it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know who's playing. I don't know who is the White Wolf. You know what I'm saying? The comic. So it's going to be interesting to see. So maybe that might be, I don't know, man. I'm really just interested in this Black Panther 2, man. What's the name going? That's gonna be crazy, man.
I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm trying to lower my expectations.
Right.
And let it be whatever.
Hey, look.
All right, so
we got some time. World of Wakanda is going to hit Disney Plus. Then we'll go on to Black Panther 2. We'll deal with that.
Right.
Thank you, Quinn. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Okay, so
what about Beto, my nigga?
That's where I was going. That's exactly where I was going next.
Damn it.
It'll kill Ed Bay. First of all, was anybody expecting this? Like,
no.
Nah.
What? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, right.
But at the same time, like, damn, I really didn't see y'all killing that character. Like, that just hurt for no reason.
Right.
But it was perfectly made. It was perfectly done because they said because Spider-Man 1.
When his body said,
Spider-Man 1 was like, she didn't die for no reason.
That's right.
She was his Ben.
Yeah.
Aunt May was a single woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She wasn't married. She was just a single woman for trying to raise, a kid. So, when the whole line and everything, he needed that push.
He did.
He needed that push, you know what I'm saying? Because look, number one, nobody know him, right? Nobody knows him. So now Aunt May is gone. he has nobody to worry about. He can go full out.
He can just go be full Spider-Man.
Like, he can go full out, like trying to figure out like what the hell he can do. You know what I'm saying? At first I thought I could stop the car, but now I can fucking damn.
Which is why I think he's gonna when they start this new trilogy or whatever they do, I think, or what will be wise is for him to stick to being street level for a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that, because let's face it, he already been in space. He already fought aliens. He already said that. He was like, he had Stark Tech. I mean, he had it made. He was damn near a mini Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? But he got that all stripped away from him, and now he's like in the bottom with the people in the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Did anybody notice when he put on that the Iron Spider suit? Stark Tech was
that shit.
Yeah.
So like, so he had on all the nano shit, but it didn't work.
Yeah. But this is why I think he should stick to this. This is where you can get that Spider-Man Daredevil team up if he sticks to being street level. This is how he can find out. This is how he can find out that that Matt Murdock isn't just a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So
because he asked, you heard him ask. Everything is on purpose. Everything is on purpose. You heard him ask, because if you watch, like, Matthew Murdock caught that motherfucking brick.
Call it backhand, like.
But Peter Arm was out too.
Right.
And he was like, nigga, how you catch that shit?
How you catch it
before me? And I got Spidey sense. Like, nigga, like, how the hell you do that?
That question is not going to leave him, and they did not tell us that for no reason. They even when his Spidey sense kicked in, his Spidey sense be telling us some shit that's coming. Like when with the Green Goblin, and he did that like that heavy like Spidey sense shit where he was moving around the room and stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He said May. Whose name did he say first?
May.
Before he did anything.
He said May.
Before he did anything, he was like,
you need to go ahead and run. Take that contraption and get the fuck up out of here. Go. Right.
So do you think he didn't get the full? Do you think he didn't get the full just of his spider senses because the other Spider-Men were there? It might have canceled out his spider senses. Because remember, when they were fighting, they couldn't get in. They couldn't get in sync.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Until they, their spider senses was all.
Well, here's what I think. I think that because it was his universe, and having them there, like it kind of amplified his. Just like if they were in one other universe, that particular Spider-Man would be able to sense things a lot more. It's like going back. I hate to do this, Dub. It's like going back with DC's whole thing about the frequencies between the multiverse. Wherever you are. If you're from that universe, if some element, like another version of you is there, there's some slight little amplifications, like that Jet Li movie, the one. As you go between, each one gets stronger based upon what energy they're pulling from. So in his case, he had 3 of them there. You had all them spider senses going off. It's gonna focus on Peter number 1. He's gonna be the one that notices shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's like if you take it back to, because one of the things that was big for me in this movie that I kept having to just let myself be okay with the fact that this was happening was, this shit ain't nothing but like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but for grown-ups. Like you didn't took around the whole world and for grown-ass white people. Like exactly it. So, if you notice,
seriously though.
The Spidey senses were more of an indication of similarity as opposed to danger, right? So like they knew the other one was truly Spider-Man when they got into close proximity. The natural spider sense is just like an awareness of something's off, right? Like, and as it gets closer, it becomes more prevalent to like an instinct. And that to me was more about the Green Goblin than it was about Spider-Man. Like he was really masking that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Right.
There was no Spidey sense going on. So it's like
because he said it. I was looking behind Osborn's eyes, like he let Osborn lead him because he knew his spider senses would have already just alerted him that something ain't right.
That's why that's why I think he's the standout, because like that alone, man, like you gotta be you gotta be some type of actor or whatever, man, like to do that. It's crazy.
Earlier, they had him, like, if you really look at that scene, there's so many layers to it that Green Goblin was scheming the whole time. It's like, they would buy the Norman, like, I'm lost in this universe. I ain't got nothing. I don't know who. No one knows who the hell I am. Yeah, he was like, I lost it all. It's like, okay. Pete is driven to be like, all right, look, I got to help this dude. May said, like, something's wrong with him. I'm gonna try to help. And so he was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna use Norman as my disguise, just to kind of slide in there. And when the time's right, I'm gonna
strike.
Out.
Yep, I'm gonna strike. You know what I'm saying? But to dwell back on Aunt May, like, what do y'all think about the relationship she had with Happy? Because like it starts off like, oh, we're just a fling and shit. Like, nigga, she broke Happy's heart. Like,
not ready.
Straight broke Happy's heart. Like, right.
You know what had me laughing?
Wet. Yeah.
Right.
You know what had me laughing? The fact that like Happy got dumped on in this movie. Like he got broken up with. He got broken up with, and then if you remember the Ben Affleck movie, same dude, Jon Favreau, played Foggy in that.
Foggy, he sure did.
And to have Daredevil be like, look, bro, he just cool, like ain't nothing gonna fit to him. You gotta find you a lawyer.
Right.
That's crazy, man. And still being on Aunt May, I really dug the fact that and this is to me was Stan Lee's cameo when she finally said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
I was like, that's the cameo right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the Stan Lee cameo.
I had thought about it. I thought about. Yeah, that shit right there. I had what happened?
As soon as I heard that, I said, "Up, she gone." Like, she did. She
out there talking to her ancestors and shit. It's over now. She got
hit with that glider so hard that I was like, I was surprised.
And she got right up though. She got up and was having a full conversation.
That's adrenaline.
That's like getting hit by a car. You pop right up, like adrenaline, But I thought that that was a sad ass scene though. Especially after she said that, and then to go on my earlier point, that's part of his origin story. That's the shit we didn't want to see when they first announced Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Like we didn't want to see that shit, but the way they spoon-fed us up until that point and then switched who it was, we were able to accept that. You know what I mean? Oh, it's not Uncle Ben, and they didn't force it on us in like his first movie. Right. This is his third, and it's his aunt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like we're able to digest that more, rather than it be, the typical Uncle Ben's death, origin story.
Well, it was cool because like you say, the shit cracked open. I'm sure some motherfuckers fell through the cracks. There's got to be, you know what I'm saying? There's got to be some folks, you know what I'm saying, that because if you're gonna go with this trilogy on, you know what I'm saying, then we got to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying, who's he gonna? I think maybe he might hook up with, you know what I'm saying, Osborn in college. Maybe there might be college roommates or some shit. They become college friends or something. Therefore, that Green Goblin in that universe might be a whole different Green Goblin. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got so many ways to go with this whole scenario.
What I'm honestly thinking is, I'm thinking they're gonna have they're basically gonna keep the Sony universe going,
right?
But still allow for the MCU version to keep going as well. And they're going to separate them, which is why the Tom Hardy Venom went back. And if they're saying what they're saying, because there's like this big petition for Andrew Garfield to, do Amazing Spider-Man 3, he could possibly be fighting You know what I'm saying? Tom Hardy, the Tom Hardy Venom. You know what I'm saying? And Tom Holland could possibly be fighting Flash. You get what I'm saying? If they want to play on both Venom stories, because now, as we can see, there's Venoms in both universes now.
Well, let me be the man in the middle on this one, because the Sonyverse had just recently announced they're doing a Craven movie. And then if we double back and look at the Morbius stuff, remember they showed Spider-Man and then they showed Vulture. So we got to figure out where that fits in with it and how Sony is building their universe and where does it come in time-wise with, like, you know, No Way Home. Because even having Michael Keaton just show up and be like, yeah, nah, no, that's the Vulture. So, and having the whole thing with Spider-Man out there, murder on the poster.
It's like he's toggling back and forth. So yeah, they do have to fix that point. You know, they have to fix that because like you said, the Vulture is like back and forth. You know,
so nobody wrote this shit down. So is the magic so powerful that everybody forgot that Peter Parker is Spider-Man? So does that get rid of all publication? Does that get rid of all videotapes?
That's what magic is, nigga.
Yeah. She said abracadabra, nigga. Presto change, old motherfucker. No, but yeah.
He said Scooby do that shit.
Shit, yeah.
Scooby do that shit.
Hey, that's gonna be my new term, man. That's gonna be my new term right there. Y'all figure that shit out. Scooby do that shit.
Online and both talking about everything that has Spider-Man in it. Probably you just you looking at it, but you don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like papers, memories, pictures, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like if Spider-Man
hold on.
And you know who Spider-Man is, it just boop. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, Happy skips Spider-Man to Germany, but he never knew who Spider-Man was. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But somebody had to write that shit down. Like I would have been like, damn, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And then if I lost my shit, I'd like, man, who the hell is Peter Parker?
Hey,
but you ain't gonna know who it is though. Spider-Man. Even if you got the name, who you can't put the face to it.
I'm like, who the hell is Peter Parker? And why did I put Peter Parker as Spider-Man? Who is that? I would have to look that shit up. I'm curious like that. I would Scooby-Doo that shit.
So I've been waiting. So we talking about the Scooby-Dooing, but the way we know that the shit's real is shout out to the Fox News ass nigga.
JJ, come on, JJ.
That's all. He feels like a Fox News ass nigga to me.
JJ Jameson.
JJ Jameson. Yeah. If that motherfucker in these streets still not knowing and not connecting,
then don't nobody know.
Right. Then nobody knows. Yeah.
But it is interesting to think. So does that mean, and it works a little bit interestingly now because May is dead, but like Happy and May, that relationship, is that gone now too? Because we got to assume that if Happy dated May, then he at least knows who Peter Parker is.
No. Peep this. Because they showed something. They didn't really fully explain it, but when everyone forgets Peter Parker, you know, like, because even it got down to the point of where it's just like technically he has no next of kin because both parents are dead. Right. You know, May's dead. And then I'm assuming that, like, you know, the remainder of the family isn't around. And they showed, too, that he might not have full-out public records, considering, you know, when he got into that apartment, he was studying for his GED, meaning he graduated.
Cash on that, yep.
So
damn.
It's interesting because it's like
spots there.
It is.
Yeah, the magic was that everyone forgets Peter Parker, but everyone still knows that there is a
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Spider-Man's there though. So he, you know, Happy might have helped Spider-Man, but not know that it was Peter Parker.
Right. Which is why, you know, Peter didn't getting to MIT either because they forgot about that nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. They remembered Ned and MJ, but you don't know no Peter. Like, but you remember the what was she like the director of admissions or something like that? Yeah. Right. She remember when after he saved her life, she was like, yeah, all three of y'all, I got y'all, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But by the end of the movie, after the spell.
So if he went to MIT, it's okay. So if he didn't go to MIT, but we know that in the comics he went to MIT. Yeah. Let's say, okay, let's break it down. The brains of MIT. Mr. Fantastic. Dr. Doom. I believe Tony went there too. Right?
Right.
Who Banner? Did Banner go there?
Did he go to MIT?
I don't know. That's a good question. Did he go to MIT?
Because we got to remember, you know what I'm saying, these some great minds that you know what I'm saying, because they were all somewhat.
Yeah, Tony is a big advocate for MIT. Like, I know you remember him in Civil War giving this speech to the alumni.
Exactly.
At MIT. So like,
exactly.
Tony.
But don't get it twisted because Peter's mad smart too. So I would put him in the rankings. Jeez Louise. Because he was already, if Tony had already seen this in him already, then he already know that, and gave him the glasses, then they already knew that he was already top brass, dog. He would be smarter than Banner.
He said it. He told him, remember? He said, you need to start, because they didn't want him fucking with shit. They wanted to be chill. And he was like, you need to start thinking about college. He was like, if you're interested, I got some pull at MIT, right?
Right.
And it was funny because then Dr. Strange was like, college? Bitch, you been safe. Like,
right.
Now, he didn't say it just like that, but that's what he was saying. But yeah, he did say he did make space for that to occur.
Right.
I guess we can't know everything before the shit come.
Right. All right, so I want to get into this. We're gonna get to the final battle, and then we'll focus on the ending, and then we'll go into some Easter eggs, and then we'll just wrap it up after that. But so yeah, the final battle. What do you guys think of the final battle? For me, and I think we hit on it earlier. We could tell that they were out of sync with each other. And this is only because they operated, by themselves in their own respective universes. Well, like we discussed earlier, I would say with the exception of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because he always had his crew with him. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them, they were solo dolo. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that played a major part in the cohesiveness of the battle of them fighting.
It sure did. It sure did, because he got his ass beat by damn Green Goblin on that. You know what I'm saying? I underestimated how strong the Green Goblin
was. I think we all walked away from this movie like, damn, Green Goblin be scrapping. Like, let's face it, even as a kid reading the Green Goblin, I'm like, okay, this is a kind of a joke of a villain. You know what I'm saying? But to see him, like I said, from the earlier Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, to see him played out cinematically, that kind of changed my mind. And especially now with this movie, it's just like, okay, he's not one to be fucked with. Like, Green Goblin.
He power slammed him like many a times through floors.
Right. Right.
Through floors, pluralation.
Right. So I think the battle was dope. I love the fact that it was the setting was the new and improved Statue of Liberty. I love that. I like the aspect of Doc Ock, like I said, he came along and was helping out. I do also love the fact that while all this battling was going on, you had that dialogue between the Spider-Man, and they're encouraging each other and shit. Like, you had Tobey Maguire telling Andrew Garfield, like you're amazing, like how cliche and corny but dope it was at the same time. You know, if you know, like you're amazing. You
you like to do.
Yeah.
But I do like that, and like like we discussed earlier, all of the indirect and the Spider-Man. But overall, I did see the scene that they supposedly cut out the other two Spider-Men in the trailer.
Oh, you
remember there was
Cena, like the John Cena scene?
the scene where you seen Lizard's neck like kind of snap back from someone else kicking him, but no one was there because they edited him out to keep us from knowing they were in the movie. Yeah, when I saw that scene, when I saw it on the screen, I'm like, okay, that's where. Okay, I see where they kind of crop them out. Right. But yeah, overall, man, the final battle was dope. Sandman was ill. I think he was ill. And he had, and we forgot to dwell on him, but he really didn't. His arc was pretty much, I want to go home and be with my kids. Like basically what any like nigga, I don't care what y'all do, just get me home so I can be with my kids. Like I don't care what's going on.
I kind of wish they gave us a little scene with all the ones deciding to side with the Green Goblin. Just be like, bro, what you got? Look, man, I made a sin, nigga. I ain't got nothing else at this point. That Lizard nigga, he ain't doing shit.
Did y'all see? Hold on. Did y'all see when he sat on the couch and then he like kind of brushed off the sand and shit? Yeah, I'm like,
Happy was mad at the motherfucker. He was like, who the fuck is in my house? Why this mud nigga on my couch?
You got like a Tony Stark room, but you can clean this shit up, man.
He said, well, who you have over my crib? Like, is that a cyborg with like a bunch of arms? Like, is that a cyborg you got walking in my crib? Like, what's going on here?
It's hilarious, yo. Hilarious. Yo, so I enjoyed each pose because it was like I collected the comic books. So when you say Amazing Spider-Man, you get to see the Amazing Spider-Man poses. Even through the movies, you get to see those iconic Spider-Man poses.
Right.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the simple fact that old boy was about to lose his MJ. And you know what I'm saying?
That was a key. I don't know why we didn't touch on that. Yeah. So in the final battle scene, that point right there. So this is why I think a lot of people are championing Andrew Garfield, because that was like a full circle moment. And I was on edge when MJ was falling too, because I was like, oh shit, they about to do Gwen Stacy all over again at this point.
They trying to kill Aunt May and
Right. So when he swooped down and saved her and was just in tears, I was like, man, that did something, bro. Like I was like, yo, okay, it's full circle for him, man.
And he
like,
knew what to do this time. He knew what to do.
Right. He knew what to do this time.
I will say this amazing too. When I saw that in theaters, like the entire crowd just went, oh shit, right when you heard that snap.
Yeah.
Played back to it. Because even when he was explaining to them, like they all going about how they lost things and how he can't lose sight of this despite what's going on, you could just hear him just kind of go, like I've been I dealt with this shit. I went somewhere else, but you could tell like at that very moment he had been playing back that in his head. It's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. I could save her. So yeah,
he caught her because he caught her differently than he caught Gwen Stacy.
Yeah,
he tried to use that.
He swooped down and actually he cradled her and actually So I thought that was a pretty dope and telling performance from Andrew Garfield, man. Like he which is, I mean, that's probably why he's getting a lot of the praise he's getting.
It was all that. It was that. Also remember that controversy shit that he had going on too, you know what I'm saying, with that whole Spider-Man thing too, that kind of like moved him to the side, and shit. So I'm glad that he got his just rewards. I hope that they do more. And
he was hot. He was hot that they, kind of stopped that because he really liked playing Spider-Man. So like I'm guessing this is like his resurgence and like he's, it's good for him. I mean, good for him.
That Rhino was bullshit. That Rhino.
Oh, when they were discussing the villains and stuff, and he said, "Yeah, I fought a Russian guy in a rhino suit, mechanical rhino." Yeah, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get out of here, man, Easter eggs. So let's just, anything that was in the movie that you saw, like, oh shit, or you know what I mean, that on different scenes.
On the trailer that they showed, the mini trailer of the Doctor Strange joints. If you look, you'll see Professor X there. In one of the clips. And Professor X is rocking the old chair from the 80s.
You stupid. with the X wheels on them.
It's got wood grain.
Oh, the wood grain joints. Oh, okay. Oh, you said the 80s. Okay. You said the 80s.
The wood panel, like the what's it called? The station wagon.
Yeah. No, one of the Easter egg I did notice, which was dope because I thought was a call back to Hawkeye, was the Steve Rogers the musical signs all across, when he was swinging in the beginning. Right. And what's dope before this movie came out, Daily Bugle has set up like pop-up stores in New York where they actually gave away the newspaper, Daily Bugle, and inside the newspaper they had ads for Captain America the musical. Rogers the musical. Yeah. So so I thought that was dope. That like the marketing on this and the promotion for this was like, a lot of people say it was overhyped for this. This movie was overhyped, but I think it worked perfect. And to me, I didn't really see that much. Like, to be honest, the stuff I did see, I will say, was just whether they were in the movie or not. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about. That's
Marvel knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
like they knew what they were doing, because the thing is, like, I was all over the internet. Everybody was speculating, and then somebody brought up the point. It's like, yeah, bro, once this come out, we can't keep theorizing like what's gonna happen. We gonna know.
Right.
Right. They had to put the money into this one to really kick it, because we've gotten a little, the cool side steps. Like, we got the Shang-Chi, so that's going to be his whole little thing that loops.
Yeah, you can tell they put a lot of money into this. Other than this was the one. This was the Super Bowl of the movies, of this year.
Iron Man 2.0.
Right, exactly. And what's crazy is like I said, they had the newspaper, the pop-up newspaper stands, for the Daily Bugle. They had a TikTok, which was it was a TikTok of one of the interns that worked for JJ Jameson and shit.
What?
Yeah, it was a TikTok.
That's dope, dog.
Yeah, it is. It's hard, man. Like,
marketing it to this newer generation too with that as well.
Yeah, and she just putting on her TikToks like shit she's doing, and like, being an intern for this nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's dope. Like, the marketing is crazy for this movie. And it worked. It definitely worked.
I literally only have I only have one thing that I wanted that I ain't get.
What's that?
But so like, if we're gonna do all these callbacks and shit, right? Don't give me no whack ass like backlit kiss. Give me my motherfucking upside down shit. Like,
yo, I was gonna say, what's crazy? Like, the fan service in this motherfucker was nuts, and that's the one thing that they did. They didn't do that. They didn't do that.
I just knew I was gonna.
That's only because Toby fucked it up. Toby fucked that up on the third joint. Remember when his Gwen in his universe, you know what I'm saying, had the little the parade because he had saved her from the building, right? Said, kiss me. Go ahead, give it to me. Mary J was like, "What the fuck? Are you crazy?" Nah, it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been
worked.
Yeah, but they.
I won't.
But it might. I wouldn't be surprised, like, because obviously there's going to come a time where MJ remembers Peter Parker.
Exactly.
That's going
I
to come
thought
back,
about that.
and that may be the kiss that we get then, right?
Like, true.
Oh, they hinted at it with the whole Band-Aid thing, like towards the end. Or she she was like, yeah, it doesn't hurt anymore. And it's like, oh, well,
yeah.
I know how you
get it. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And we forgot to dwell on this character. But like Ned, like let's talk about him real quick. One of the standout moments with him was when Toby was talking to him and he was like, yeah, I had friends, one of my friends tried to kill me. And Ned didn't know how. He was just like, oh.
Andrew was be crazy if that shit come back. But if that shit come back around, that's gonna be interesting to come back around.
Right.
Well, I did like that they hilariously enough, if you catch it, how Ned learned how to use the sling ring.
The sling ring too, yeah. And he was like, his grandmother said he
magic.
He knew magic, or his family was magical or whatever.
Maybe he can't be the Hobgoblin. I don't know. Who could he be? I mean,
Let me ask this though. Because in the comics, right? In the comics, there really wasn't much mechanics to the Green Goblin or the Hobgoblin. It really, really wasn't. It was more mystical or stuff like that. It's possible he can become the Green Goblin and just use magic. You know what I'm saying? Instead, it's possible.
Right.
He don't have to be as mechanical as Green Goblin. Flying around on the little mechanical thing, like. He could actually probably, I think they kind of hinted to that shit when he had that cape on. Remember when the cape, when he had the cape on and shit? Like,
I just like how salty it made Doctor Strange, though. Because Doctor Strange, you remember in his movie, it took him a lot longer to learn how to use that ring.
Yeah. And that's why he looked at him like, oh, did you do that? Like, he pretty much was like, did you do that?
So that took me half my movie to figure out how to do this shit.
Right.
And you look, and I'm a grown ass fucking physician, nigga, and you the children. How you know how to do this?
Yeah, because you remember what he told him about, like the tingling in his hands or something. Yeah. Like when they went to the sanctum, he was like, he said something about the tingling in his hands and whatnot.
Yeah. There you go, boy.
Told him to go check out with his physician. Yeah, he won't for that shit. But yes, that was interesting. I also was watching something about, they were talking about the Soul Stone's power and how its ability to impact individuals like via their actual like soul and emotions and feelings and
yeah.
That go ahead, Quinn. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you were talking about. Like, and yeah, like, damn, I ain't even come to think about that one. All right, I'm gonna let you finish on this because shit.
Yeah, I don't
right.
I was ready for this.
No, right. So they said that they're talking about how it's possible that even MJ, if she tapped in correctly, if she had a like emotional almost, like, because you love this person so much, you could tap in, and that MJ could have possibly done it, but it was Ned who did. And that explained why he had like challenges closing the portal back, because he was worried about Peter's safety. Like it was fucking with him, and that's why he couldn't get it to do it the right way after he had, Tech not perfected it. But yeah.
Real quick.
Look more at that.
Real quick. How did you guys feel about the reveals? Like, when you finally seen, Andrew Garfield walk through the portal into the kitchen and shit. Like, how did y'all feel? Like, I know the whole theater, the whole theater like went nuts. The whole theater went nuts, and I thought that was a
I tell you the point that I went nuts is when Toby and Andrew was in the living room, and they both like jumped up and like, tried to shoot each other with webs. That shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah.
And Grandma was like, y'all need. Grandma said y'all need to clean this shit up.
Yeah. She was, and after a while, she was like, I'm going to bed. Like, fuck y'all, I'm going to bed.
But I went to go see it with my 6-year-old son. So when they came through the portals and everybody started clapping, my son was like, "Dad,
what?
He's like, these are fake Spider-Man. Why is everybody happy?" And in my head, I was like,
I love that take.
Man, right. I don't really know.
I love that. I love that take. Hey, these are fake Spider-Man. These the fake ones. Right.
Wasn't that the movie though? Wasn't that the type of movie though that, if possible, 3 generations could go and see and enjoy?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My Spider-Man, your Spider-Man, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, isn't that what it's about though?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Supposed to be about. It's a bonding. You know what I'm saying? With either your children or either your cousins or your aunts. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it be us. You know what I'm saying? As geeks. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying, because knowing like back in the days we couldn't even talk like this because people would thought we were weird or you know what I'm saying, stupid or something like that, or just too nerdy or some shit. You know?
I equate. Like, and it's crazy, Quinn, you got that meme. I'm looking at that meme, and you can equate it to like 3 generations just pointing at each other, telling each other like, no, you're to blame or you're wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now the question is, which Spider-Man are we? You know what I'm saying? Which Spider-Man do we fit in? Which generation do we fit in? Like, you know, which Spider-Man are we? So that's, you know, but yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, you know, coming through for this. Candy, thank you so much for helping me, you know, put this together. We definitely got to do this again. Hell, might have to do this after this finale tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? See what's really going on, because when they brought my man Kingpin in fold, you know
that's to bring in the whole Echo. You know, that's to bring in the Echo spinoff.
For sure. So you know, shit is about to get real. What is? I mean, if anybody can answer this for me, what is the next show after this though? Because like it's crazy. It seemed like the show just started, but we're here at the season finale already. I'm like, damn.
Short. They needed us to go watch fucking Spider-Man. If we keep watching this other shit, they needed it to stop.
Yeah, you're right.
They come together and stop. They wanted to be Christmas, so they had to let it end at Christmas week, and then and then they needed us to go to watch Spider-Man. Just in case you won't watching it already, we ain't gonna give you no extra.
I guarantee you. Tomorrow episode. I hope. Now I say guarantee you. I hope with all hopey hopes of all Christmas spirit.
Man, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
That very last scene when he's driving off or he's doing whatever, you just happen to look up in the sky and you just have Spider-Man swing by. Because Dub, me and you have already talked about this. It makes that all this stuff has happened in New York City and
nobody crossing paths. You're goddamn right. You're right. You're damn right. That's why I was saying like a lot of this, you know, it's going to be a big cosmic year next year for Marvel, but it's going to be a big ass street level year for Marvel as well. Like, and that's why I said if Spider-Man can stay street level for a little bit, could you imagine the shit? That's what I'm saying.
Hell's Kitchen.
Right? Could you imagine? Like, come on now.
We don't know what Peter's living at. He might be right around the corner.
He might live in the hood.
What if Peter's in Hell's Kitchen, y'all?
I believe so.
I mean, Peter's apartment did look real Hell's Kitchen-esque.
Right.
Well, I'm just gonna say
Peter. Go ahead, Quinn.
If y'all talking about his apartment, y'all forgot the ultimate villain that they should have brought back. They should have brought back the landlord for Spider-Man 2.
that nigga wants shit.
Facts. I think
the hell up when they had that black suit on though. You shut the hell up when they had that black suit on.
Shoot, I think Spider-Man lives if not a little ways down the street from Genghis Khan's. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Look, that's probably gonna be when he runs into Matt Murdock.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to get some takeout. Yep.
Right. We'll get some takeout for real. But yeah, man, like I said, I enjoyed y'all, man. Yeah, we definitely have to do this again. I appreciate you guys' time. You know, I don't want to take up too much. But yeah, man, dope discussion, dope, a lot of dope points, dope theories. Like, I mean, this was a great way to end the year off. With with this with Spider-Man, No Way Home. I mean, No Way Home. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. What we got next? We got Doctor Strange next, or no?
No.
What's next? What's next?
A whole bunch of TV shows.
Well, I'm saying movie wise. What's next? I thought it was Was it Doctor Strange?
I think it's Doctor Strange because we're not getting the Marvels till
2023.
Yeah. So I think it's Doctor Strange is next because that comes out before Thor: Love and Thunder, correct?
Yeah.
Or
Doctor Strange is like May.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the next one. I'm definitely looking forward to that trailer. I'm guessing they're going to drop another trailer for that Doctor Strange. I don't think they'll just stick with that one and just drop that one.
That was weird. I honestly didn't like it as in the space that it functioned as a post-credit scene. I was confused about it.
I was confused. I said, wait, everybody was in the theater looking at you like, wait, is this a trailer? Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
I think what happened, I think it was a whole COVID thing where they had to piece some things together to make it work. It didn't feel like it didn't even feel connected like the Venom post-credit scene. It felt off. So I really think what happened was they had to adjust for COVID and put some pieces of a thing together to attempt to like move things forward and give us what we are accustomed to. I don't think that was on purpose. I don't think that's what they wanted to do.
Right.
Okay.
It didn't feel right.
I'm trying to remember, Ken. I'm trying to remember with Venom, the Venom post joint. Which universe was he in?
He was in the MCU.
He was in the MCU. But when he disappeared, he went back to the Sony universe and left that little symbiote, egg or piece or whatever that was. That's why I said there may be two Venoms in each universe. There may be, you might have Eddie Brock over in the Sony universe, but you're gonna have Flash Thompson in the MCU, which in the comics they both are Venom. So it makes sense. Makes total sense. I think what they're creating here is their MCU's version of the Ultimate and the canon regular 616 universe. That's what I'm thinking they're doing ultimately. Like they're splitting it, and I guess like Sony would be what Ultimate. I don't know. Because Marvel Studios would be 616. I mean, but with some things rearranged, because let's face it, like the Marvel movies, they tend to tweak them, a long way from what's written in the comics. So
Sony's lineup is villain heavy though, because it's Morbius, Craven, and then there still talks about the Silver Sable, like Black Cat movie, which I hadn't heard much, and that's all in the
Sony. That's all in the Sony verse, right? Like those villains you just mentioned, And see, the Spider-Man in the main MCU universe are going to be dealing with, like they're not going to have as many as those villains on that side because he's going to be too implanted in the main story. You get what I'm saying? Like he's too. He's too implanted.
We're gonna see, man. Because if that's the case, then I mean, if you look at it, DC Batman is that dude who pretty much spawns off a lot of villains. You know what I'm saying? Even in their movies, or even in the television shows, but even like DC's television shows are starting to do that. Spin-off, you get to see the villains how they're starting to become, but in the movie wise, it was never like that. It was just like, boom, I'm a fucking villain and shit, and you just deal with why I'm a villain. So
I mean, let's face it. Like if you think of two superheroes who have the most villains and they're highlight reel, they're real. It's gonna be Spider-Man and Batman. I would say, they have the most like villains. So, but I appreciate y'all, Candy, Tico. Courtney, Los, Quinn, who else was here? Cash, Sant, Rob. We had some people here, man. Next time next time we'll go for more. We did like I guess. Well, I know 3 podcasts were here. Actually, what 4 podcasts were here, kind of.
Yeah. Overlapping.
Yeah. Overlap. Yeah.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was super last minute because we've all been so excited and we need to get this shit out our system because social media makes you feel like you can't share shit because of motherfuckers who don't watch things like people who don't watch shit like they fans. That's what I say.
Right. There you go. So perfectly said. To wrap this up.
You get to talk about the Matrix next, huh?
Hey, yeah, that drops. So
that's right. 2 months.
Yeah. But yeah, appreciate it. And we'll get up. Candy, I know you're gonna this is gonna be a long one to to splice down, but you got it.
I got it recorded. Now I'll shoot it over to you.
Nice. Courtney, man, I'm glad you can join us, bro. I'm glad you could join us. Welcome, welcome anytime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Actually, we got more. Hey, we actually got a whole other podcast. These motherfuckers too. Courtney too.
Oh shit! Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. We back at it.
Yeah. So yeah, we had like a damn 8-legged podcast. Hey.
Told you, man. This is a multiverse like event right here.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
Crossover. Yeah, crossover. Yep.
Hey, that's fine with me, y'all.
Yep.
All right.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Good night. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
See how to do this. Gonna turn you on.
Dig this and dig it deep.